back to my channel. I'm Kaya P. Horton, and on my channel I talk all things content, faith, and lifestyle. And happy Women's History Month, y'all. I'm like so excited. This is like one of my favorite months. I know anytime you log on to social media or you go anywhere, it's like women empowerment everywhere, such positive energy, such good vibes. I just really love Women's History Month and everything it's about. I'm really excited to celebrate with all of you this month on my channel. I'll be highlighting my team because honestly, the work that they put in with excellence, you know, I just appreciate them so much. I love my team. And I'll also be sharing just some words of encouragement and empowerment for women in all facets of life, not just for creators, but just women in general, because sometimes we just need that little bit of encouragement to give us the extra boost that we need to keep going in our lives and in our friendships. So before we get started, go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay connected and know when I drop new videos. And today, for Women's History Month, I wanted to spend some time talking about what it means to have warrior women friends. So before I get into it, I want to talk to you a little bit about what I see and hear a lot, what I've experienced in life and, you know, on this journey, you know, with friends. So before I get started, let me talk to you about what a warrior woman is. A warrior woman or friend is someone who will literally pray for you, support you, be present when she's available. You don't have to doubt or ever worry or if that person's in your corner. Never plays the fence. You know up front that that person is there for you and will pull you out of dark spaces when necessary or if you need it, or just be a listening ear. She's such an amazing warrior friend. She's not a switch up. You don't have to guess where your friendship is or be awkward. You don't have to know. She communicates it clearly and concisely to you, and you all are able to have that open line of communication. That is what a warrior woman friend is. But before you even can know if you have a warrior woman in your circle, I think it's important that we take a look at who is in our circle. What I don't think we realize is that without even knowing it, we really have certain friends for certain reasons. So we have our brunch friends, the ones that we may not see often, but we know once a month, every other month, maybe once a quarter, we're going to go out to eat, we're going to get cute, we're going to snap it up, and we're going to have brunch, but I might not talk to you again for a long time. Then you got your party friends. We don't probably ever talk about anything deep, but when we go out and hang out or we go do something fun, it's always a vibe, you know, it's always a vibe. The problem comes when we think that these brunch friends, these party friends, or let's just say you have a shopping friend, are actually our warrior friends. Because that's not, you never communicated to them that you guys had that level of relationship, never had a conversation, and when you feel all alone or something like that, you're like, I don't even have any friends. When I reach out to them, they don't know how to handle the situation because they signed up to be the brunch friend or the party friend. They didn't sign up to be your prayer warrior. You didn't ask them to do that. Some of them might not even be equipped to be your prayer warrior. They may not. So when they ghost you or when they don't talk to you or when they're not there for you, it's not because they don't like you or because they hating on you or because they shady. It's because they cannot serve in that capacity that you want them to. So when they say, no, I can't do that, or they don't answer the phone, or they don't have advice, in some cases, it's not honestly the worst thing ever where you see the fattest post that be like, I don't have anyone there for me. I don't want to have anything. It may not be that. You are just asking them to give you something that they don't even have inside of you to give. They can't give you what you need. They're the brunch friend. They wanted chicken and waffles, and you wanted a sermon. They don't have that. So if you are seeking warrior women friends, then that's going to require you to establish and communicate a different relationship and find someone who is available. And maybe not find, pray for God to connect you, because we don't just want to go out, asking everybody to be our friend, because that's not a divine friendship or connection. We definitely want connections that God sent to us, or that if we did go out and seek them and we were at the right place in the right time, it was natural and it wasn't forced. You don't want to end up in friendships and circles and people occupying your space and time just to be there. We want to be purposeful about everything, and that includes our friendships. Number 2, don't let social media friendships discourage you. I really feel like we are in this social media age where we log on and we see like, oh my gosh, they're hanging out, they're going to brunch, they're always doing this and they're always doing that, and they never invite me. And honestly, guys, let's get out of that, because people are going to brunch and things and they're not even friends. People are going to brunch and things and bashing each other online. People are going to brunch and probably haven't seen each other in 6 months, or they went out a couple weeks ago and they're just now posting this. Like, stop wanting these false advertised friendships on social media. Like, I really think that people are really like wanting vibes and not friendships, and then getting mad because their feelings are hurt by these people who they don't even really know. They don't even know you want somebody you can pray with and go to church with and go to, women empowerment and women in faith events. But these are not, you might not even be hanging with somebody who's really a Christian or believes in God or is actively in the word like you are. If that's powerful, if that's something you want, like y'all are wanting vibes and good pictures and aesthetically pleasing profile feeds. And then getting disappointed when you realize your friends, they're not really your friends, they're vibes. So I think we need to understand the difference. Like, stop letting social media fool you, thinking like everybody has these best friend relationships and they're all these cool, because it's probably not even like that. Or if it is, amazing. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means you just haven't found, your group of friends that you can do that with. And if you really pray and you put yourself in spaces, you're not going to meet friends and people sitting here scrolling on your news feed, liking everybody's picture that's at brunch. You're not going to find them that way either. You're going to have to get in places and spaces with like-minded people like you in those areas. So for example, if you are a content creator and nobody in your friend circle is a content creator, they're like professionals and they have careers, amazing careers. They're not trying to even think about being a creator, but you want to be a content creator. That's probably why, like, you get upset with them when you're like, oh, let's take content. Every time you go somewhere, they're like, I don't want to do this. Like, I just want to eat my meal. I don't want to take a picture of it. I don't want to do all of that. Go to some content creator events with people who get what you are doing, why you're doing it, who want to do similar things. And you might find you have connections with people. You can go out brunch with them and snap it up and create reels and do whatever you want to do. Meet those people, but you're not going to meet them sitting at home scrolling and looking at everybody else having a good time. Number 3, if you need to analyze your circle, pay attention to the action of those who are in your circle. I think there comes a point in time where we all have to pivot and we all have to analyze our friendships, and we may get in spaces where we feel like the circle we are around does not align with the season that we are in. You may have to analyze and pay attention to people's actions. One of the things my husband always tells me is your word is everything. Pay attention to the friends who keep their word. Pay attention to the friends who don't keep their word. And what's the reasoning? Was it a legitimate reason? Was it family? Was it work? Or was it they're just flaking and they're hanging out with other people? Like, the signs are there. We have to pay attention to the actions and those people who stand on their word. Now, I'm not saying don't allow people grace, but I'm also saying, again, don't let people play with you. Because if you are showing up and you are being a good friend to them as a woman, and you don't get that back, or you start to feel like you're used, like, you're not feeling that for no reason. Like, you need to communicate that and understand. And if you communicate your thoughts in a friendship and how you feel, and they still continue to do those things, once they show you who they are, believe them and act accordingly. Whatever that means for you. If that means you can still be in that relationship or be in that friendship and know that, this is who they are as friends. I don't expect anything more from them, and I'm just fine with them just being brunch friends. We can't get any deeper than pancakes and, mimosas or something like that. We can't get any deeper than that. That's perfectly okay. However, if you feel some kind of way, go ahead and let them know, I just think, our seasons, or we're going in different directions, honestly, and I don't think this friendship is working for me. You have to be able to verbally communicate that and not be shady and act weird, and not just, because if you want people to be able to communicate with you and be able to be real and authentic with you, then you need to do the same. You need to communicate why you don't want to hang out. You need to communicate those things so that they are aware as well. And you never know what may come of that. They may say, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I wasn't aware. Or you guys just won't be friends, and you can thank God for the amazing times that y'all had together. It does not have to be this whole catty Instagram battle, ugly thing when you see each other. We can literally outgrow friendships in peace and love and genuinely just want the best for each other. It's like, that's, I really, really think we have this underlying thing that it always has to be some kind of level of drama with everything, and it does not have to be that way. We can truly not be friends anymore, not be close anymore, and still love, pray, and want the best for everyone. We can really do that. There's nothing wrong with that. So since we've talked about who's in our circle, how to not let social media discourage us, paying attention to their actions and their words, I want you to ask yourself the question, who is on your front line? So what I mean by who is on your front line is, when I think about the friends that I have in my life, and not just friends, when I think about, my mother's, my mom is amazing, and my mother-in-law is absolutely phenomenal, and the amazing women that are close to me in my life, I'm truly, truly grateful. And the reason I want to say this is because there's been seasons in my life where I've been in dark places and they've pulled me out. And I had to realize God places certain people in your life at the right time, and he removes those people who you don't need at the right time as well, because we get upset that friendships end, but it's because the season and the purpose in their life has ended. The new direction and new version of you the new direction he's taking you and the new version of you requires a new set of people to get you through that journey. So what I mean by that is, when I became a wife, I needed wife friends. When I became a mom, I needed mom friends. When I became a football wife, I needed football wife friends. There's a whole network for each of those areas, that I needed to be in, because the level of encouragement and empowerment that I received from these ladies is key. But what is even more key than that is having warrior women in your corner that will be willing to go to war with you and battle with you when you are in those dark spaces in life. So who is on your front line? Of course, God should be at the front. He is the first that you should go to be equipped with weapons to fight whatever the enemy is throwing at you. But to be real with you, there are some times where we get discouraged and we don't go to God, or maybe we're ashamed and we don't want to go to him. Maybe there's sometimes, we've all been there, we just don't. We don't believe what he's saying. Finding ourselves in these dark places, finding ourselves, in depression and anxiety and all of these different areas in life, postpartum, where we need warrior women. We don't need brunch friends. We don't need party friends. If I'm sitting on the floor crying, if I'm thinking about, I don't know how I'm making another day, waffles, pancakes, I don't care how pretty you make them, is not going to do anything for me. The women who have been on my front lines to help me through things have literally went down with me in the trenches and pulled me out. And when I mean trenches, I mean hypothetically. I remember there was, multiple times where I was being discouraged, where I was discouraged. I was feeling like I couldn't do something, or maybe life, gets a hold of us. I can tell you, I've called one of my friends at 3 o'clock in the morning. And let me show you how God works. I called her at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was in one of the most darkest spaces at that particular time. She happened to be studying for a test, and she picked up the phone. And she reminded me of who I was, what God I serve. She reminded me of how far I've come. She was literally able to pull me out of the trenches and walk with me and talk with me and pray with me out of that dark space. You see, what I don't think we understand is when you have warrior women like that, they know that sometimes they're gonna have to go to war with you. And you know that you're gonna have to do the same with them, because just like I called her, she calls me. So the friendship is reciprocated. It's not on one side. We're going to go to war against the enemy, and we're going to be strapped with God's word so that we can pray this thing out. We can come up with solutions. We can remind each other of who we are, what we are capable of. We can remind ourselves of resources. Hey, sis, I know we prayed, but you need to go to counseling. I know we prayed, but you need to do better. You need to do this. So those are friends and like I said, my mothers and family who are able to literally pull me out of those dark spaces. And like I said, those party and those brunch friends, they're not going to be able to do it. So who's on your front line? Do you even have a front line? Do you even realize that the reason you are so upset, or the reason you don't feel like you have any support, is because you are expecting your brunch friends and your party friends and your whatever groups that are unrelated to what you need, and that are not connected to God, and those friendships, they may not even believe in God the way you do, and you are expecting them to show up for you. So when you pick up the phone and you need somebody to pray you out of a situation, when you need somebody to put on their armor and go to war with you in prayer, when you need somebody to remind you of who you are, some of them don't even know who they are. And you are upset and mad and alone and in an attitude because you chose not to establish a friendship group that had warriors in it. So who's on your front lines? You should be so locked and loaded with your front line that these women are praying and going to battle for you, even when you can't go to battle for yourself. Even when you are not thinking straight, even when you don't connect with them, they are praying for you. They are praying for you even when you're not praying for yourself. They are praying for you even when you didn't ask for it. So when it comes time for you to have an opportunity, or when you experience yourself in a position where you're in a dark place, or you have an opportunity to pick up the phone and call them, they can say, I've been praying for you. You've been on my mind. I've already prayed for it. Or let's pray for you. Let's think this thing through. Let's not overreact. Let's come up with a solution. Or you are doing a good job, sis. You're being too hard on yourself. Where your warrior women at? I see all the cute pictures. I see all the Instagram posts. I see all the TikTok videos. I see all the luxury and soft life, but where your warrior friends at? Everybody got a spa friend. Where are your warrior friends at? And I'm going to keep asking this question over and over and over this month. Where your warrior friends at? Because in the seasons where you need those warrior women to show up for you, it'll make the complete difference with who you surround yourself with. I'm in a season of my life where I feel like, I was just explaining this to my husband. I'm in a season of my life where the women I spend the most time with, the women I communicate with, are such phenomenal, encouraging, respectable, just amazing women. And every single encounter that I have with these women, I never leave feeling like I gossip, never leave feeling negative, never leave feel drained, never leave feeling beat up, beat down, or like I shouldn't have did that, I shouldn't have did that. I leave feeling empowered, encouraged, and I leave knowing that these women truly and genuinely care with me. I can go to brunch with them, I can go to Bible study with them, I can go to church with them, I can go to the hospital and help them and help their families. They would be willing to come over and help me if I needed help. These are genuine women who love me, not for an Instagram photo, not just to go have fun, but they love me as a person. And that is key. And if you have warrior women, this is the last point I want to make, in your life, and you call yourself to be a warrior woman, we have to show up for each other, value each other, and reciprocate the same energy that they are giving us. What do I mean by that? Celebrate them out loud. None of your friends should have to question if y'all are friends or not. When they do something, even if you can't show up to the event, or even if you can't show up in person and you can't be there the way you want to do, send them a text. They post a picture saying I graduated, and you can like Beyonce's picture, you can like Drake's picture, you can like Rihanna's picture, then you can like theirs and comment congratulations. Why? Because you need to celebrate your friends out loud. The problem is we don't communicate. We're in such this digital age where we want to respond. We want to follow trends. We want to be in front of everything, that we don't have lines of communication anymore to say, hey sis, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you doing this. Or we don't communicate how we feel or that we are proud. And so that leaves our friends wondering, do they even care? I showed up to their graduation. Anytime they post an accomplishment, I comment on it. Anytime they have an event, I show up. Or if I can't show up, I make up for it in another kind of way. If I can't make up for it, I flat out am honest and say I'm in a season right now where I'm not doing well, financially, mentally, spiritually, and I can't show up and I cannot be there for you. But when I am able to, I am. It's simple as that. Friendships are reciprocated. The problem so much now with us as women is that we get so upset because we are that amazing friend that's there for everybody else, but who is there for us? When it's our turn to need support, when it's our turn to receive success, when the spotlight is on us, some of us hear crickets. Nobody's there. But I was there for you. I was there for you. I was there for you. I know my season may have come late. I know I was the last to do it. I was the last to do this. I was the last to get a house. I was last to get married. I was last to do this. I was last to do X, Y, and Z. I was last to have a baby. I was last to get a degree. I was last to get a car. Whatever it is. But I still deserve that same celebration that you did when you did it first. Reciprocation in friendships is the biggest issue I see that women have. And if we truly want to call ourselves good friends or warrior women friends, then the friendships need to be reciprocated on both sides. There should be no question mark on if we are friends. There should be no question mark on if we are cool. There should be no question mark on if you support each other. Reciprocate. Reciprocate the energy. Next, I want to say encourage your friends when you can. Some of us are natural encouragers. We naturally have the ability to encourage others. It comes to us naturally, and others do not. However, encouragement comes in many different forms or fashion. You do not have to send 1,000 texts. We realize you can't show up every day. People don't talk on the phone every day. But anytime you have an opportunity to encourage your friend, it don't have to be no long paragraph. It could be like, I see you, sis. Keep going. I really like what you're doing. You keep, I don't understand what you're doing, but I see you consistent and you're doing it. Like, keep doing it. Encourage your friends, empower them, because you don't realize it, but you seeing them and encouraging them might be the positive word that they've been needing to hear. We don't know what our friends are going through when we go separate ways, and when they go back home, when they go in these workplaces, when they go home. We don't know what's going on. So any time you get to be of encouragement or empowerment to any of your friends, I highly recommend you do it. We are living in such a day and age where mental health is such a big thing. We need all of the positivity that we can get from real people in person, not from a like, not from a share, not from a comment, like that real in person, in time encouragement where I'm seeing you face to face say, I see you. Because saying you see someone and you are proud of them and you encourage them, you don't know how much that means to them or what difference it can make from them quitting what they started or, coming out of depression or going in depression. You don't know how far a kind word could go when you encourage your friends. And let's be present when we can. I understand that life happens, so you can't be at every graduation, every baby shower, every event. But when you are available, go to those things, I'm honest, I'm guilty. As I became a mom, I wasn't able to come to a lot of things until recently. I've been able to go out and do more as my children, get a little bit older, but they're still very little and my family still comes first. But I guarantee if I can't show up to your birthday, I'm going to get you a gift. Not because you asked me to, but because I want you to know I value you and appreciate you. If I can't go to your brunch, I'm going to take you out to brunch. Not because I need this to be a tick for tat, because I value you, our relationship. I want to spend time with you. So show up and be present, because you don't realize, like, being present means a lot to people. Just like we show up for our children and being present at their concerts, at their sporting events, at whatever they're doing at school. It's the same, like, we need people to be present to show that we love them, because God didn't create us to walk these journeys alone. He did not create us as women or as individuals to walk. And why would you? Why would you want to walk through life alone when you don't have to? So where are your warrior women at? Are they ready? Are they strapped with God's word? Are they ready with some encouragement for you? Are they ready to pull you out of those dark places when you need them? And are you a warrior woman? Are there some areas in your life that you could do better at? You could value your friendships more. You could really spend time with God more so that you can encourage yourself, so that you can encourage others. We really get so caught up in women empowerment, not realizing like we're not empowering each other. We're competing to see who has the cutest posts, who has the cutest content, who has the cutest outfits, who has the cutest vibes, who's the most fun, who is aesthetic, what feed is aesthetically pleasing, who looks like they have fun. No, all of that is surface level. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really contribute anything to the growth. It's just nice to look at for about the 3 seconds you scroll across social media. We want some substance. We want substance in our friendships. We want warrior women in our circles. We want some genuine, authentic women that we can learn with, grow with, evolve with, and conquer this beautiful life that we all have, and be there for each other. So the next time you are questioning or in a situation where you don't know, who is in your circle or what they bring to the table, I really want you to ask yourself, who is on your front lines? And do you have any warrior women that are there to pull you out of the trenches and get on the front lines and step on the enemy's neck and conquer everything that God has for you, so that you can really show up, live life abundantly, and enjoy it with some amazing friends and women who love you. So that's all I have today. I hope this was encouraging. I hoped it touched your spirit. I really been wanting to talk about this for a long time. Friendships are so crucial in our development because we tend to be a lot like the people we spend the most time with. So I want you to be around warriors. I want you to love your friendships and love your life and continue to move forward and press forward and do amazing things. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, you can follow me at Kaya P. Horton on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And I just want to say thank you so much. If you've made it to the end of this video to watch it, thank you if you watched any of my other videos. Let me know what you would like to see more. And I'm so happy that I get an opportunity to encourage women and have an amazing Women's History Month. Bye.